What is going on, guys? Chip here. Welcome back to another Pokemon TCG online video, where today we're going to be taking a look at the deck that took down Anaheim Regionals, taking first place, piloted by Kenny Britton himself. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this Darkrai, Giratina, Salamence, Dark Dragons, whatever you want to call it. This deck, very strong and very powerful. Let's go ahead, hop in, and take a look. So, the main attacker here, Darkrai-EX, 180 HP basic Pokemon. It's got 2 attacks, but the only attack we're really concerned about, the only one we'll probably use, is going to be Dark Pulse. 20 damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each Dark Energy attached to all of your Pokemon. So, we have a bunch of Pokemon on the bench with a bunch of Dark Energies, and in this case, Double Dragon Energies. It's just boosting our damage of Dark Pulse, how much damage we can do. We really have no damage cap. We can hit and one-hit knock out anything potentially in the later turns of the game. So, Darkrai definitely the main attacker here, but we have some supporting cast members here. We've got 2 Giratina-EX. With the Renegade Pulse ability, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon, by your opponent's Mega Evolution Pokemon. And Chaos Wheel, a very, very strong attack, 100 damage. Your opponent can't play any Pokemon Tool, Special Energy, or Stadium cards from his or her hand during his or her next turn. So just this lock mentality of this deck, being able to come in with a Giratina in specific matchups and lock your opponent out of playing specific cards can be very, very strong. So especially with decks like Mega Mewtwo doing well, and being very popular in Anaheim, and Vespiquen being very popular in Anaheim, Giratina-EX does a lot of work for you in those matchups specifically. So very strong attacker here. Then we also have a Salamence-EX. This is really used to counter things like Volcanion, also other Darkrai decks, other Dark Dragons decks, also Rayquaza. Just so many decks out there that require a lot of EX Pokemon on the bench. The Hoopa Shaymin engine is easily the most consistent engine in the game right now, and this just really counters that really well. It forces them to either play the Hoopa engine and like get a bunch of EXs out and then play into the Salamence, or play around it and get a lot slower of a start, if that makes sense. So Salamence, it forces them to play around it, and if they don't play around it, they're going to get smacked really hard with a Beastly Fang, 50 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon EX. So, we ourselves have a few more support Pokemon to kind of round things out. Support/attacker here, Yveltal, Oblivion Wing for 30 damage, attach a Dark Energy from your discard pile to one of your benched Pokemon. So just a really good way to, in the late game, recover energy. It's a really good starter to just start chipping away for 30 damage, since we're not going to be taking knockouts in the early turns more than likely. Getting 30 damage on the board is definitely really good, and then continuing to set up our benched Pokemon very, very strong. We are playing one Hoopa-EX just to be able to set up our board if we need to. Get out Darkrai, get out Giratina, get out Shaymin, just whatever we need with Hoopa. And then Shaymin-EX here with set up. When you play this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hand. Just one of the most consistent, best forms of draw that we have in the game, Shaymin-EX. So, we're also playing 3 Escape Ropes here. Each player switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her benched Pokemon. Your opponent switches first. If a player does not have a benched Pokemon, he or she doesn't switch Pokemon. So, Escape Rope, very good option in this deck. I like that he played 3 of them. If you'll notice down here in the tools, he did not play any Float Stones. So his only switching options are the 3 Escape Ropes or the 1 Olympia here. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. If you do, heal 30 damage from the Pokemon you moved to your bench. So, also a kind of healing option there. But I really like the inclusion of Escape Rope. It really can prevent the Lysandre stall, and it can be a pseudo Lysandre in itself sometimes. Sometimes your opponent will promote something that they want you to KO, and you can escape rope around that without having to use your supporter for the turn. So we'll go ahead and keep looking at the rest of the deck here. We've got 4 Max Elixirs. Look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Attach a basic energy card you find there to a basic Pokemon on your bench. Shuffle other cards back into your deck. So really quick way to power up Dark Pulse's damage, just attaching an energy. This doesn't count as our attachment for the turn, of course, so it just really increases the amount of damage we can do in the early turns and late game too. 3 Trainers Mail just for the little bit of added consistency. Trainers Mail is probably one of the best consistency cards in the game. Just can help you dig through your deck to find specific cards you need. For Ultra Ball here, discard 2 cards from your hand. If you do search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. So using this to get out Hoopa to set up our board is going to be really nice. If we want to play around like an opponent's Salamence-EX, we probably won't go for Hoopa, so definitely something to consider. Also a good way to get Dark Energies in the discard pile to use with Oblivion Wing here. Also playing 4 VS Seekers just to get back any of our supporters from the discard pile. We've got 2 Parallel City, nice disruption on to disrupt our opponent's side of the field, and also we can use it to bump our own Hoopas and Shaymins off of our own side of the field, depending if we need to or something like that. 2 Lysandres here to bring up whatever our opponent has on the bench that we want to take a knockout on, or swing into at least. 3 Ends just to shuffle draw early game and disruption in the late game. The one Olympia we already talked about. One Pokemon Center Lady heal. Here's 60 damage and remove all special conditions from one of your Pokemon. So just a nice healing option there. 4 Professor Sycamores. Discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Just really consistent form of draw. We've got 2 experience shares here. Whenever your active Pokemon is knocked out by damage from an opponent's attack, you may move 1 basic energy card from that Pokemon to the Pokemon this card is attached to. So a really good way to conserve energy. We can have the experience share on the field. That way if something gets knocked out, we just keep the energy on our board. We've got 2 Fighting Fury Belts here to boost the HP of our basic Pokemon, as well as the damage that we can do. We've got 4 Double Dragon Energies. These, of course, do count as Dark Energies if they're attached. So for 1 energy attachment, we boost Dark Pulse's damage by 40. So really good. And then we have 10 Dark Energies here to make sure we don't miss any Max Elixirs and just really consistent there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop onto the Versus Ladder, see if we can win a couple of games with this deck. Also, guys, be sure... I know later this week, Kenny's going to be doing an interview with Rahul over at the Chaos Gym, so I'll leave a link to that down in the description once they do that interview. You can hear from Kenny himself, kind of his tournament report, how things went for him at the tournament, and specific matchups, and he probably knows a lot more about the deck than I do, so definitely go check that out. I'll leave it down below. And we're going to get into this. We've got Maverick Hunter Z here with a a Fighting Psychic Colorless deck. Let's see what this is going to be and what we're going up against here. Also, guys, if you enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like down below. I really would appreciate it. Helps me out a ton and lets me know that you enjoy what I'm doing and want to see more. So, we'll see what Maverick Hunter Z has here for us. We do lose the coin flip, so more than likely we will be going second. Okay, so we do get an Yveltal start, which is pretty nice. We'll go ahead and do that. And we'll click done. Alright, so, okay, we're going up against a Passimian deck. So, unfortunately, this is probably a pretty bad matchup, since Passimian does hit us for weakness. We could potentially, if he, like, prizes Passimians, there's a chance he won't be able to take knockouts, because he does need all 3 Passimians in order to knock out Darkrai. But we'll see. He is playing Fighting Energy, too. Most of the time, these choose just to play double Colorless Energy. Ooh, and just a pass, so a dead hand for my opponent, it looks like. We'll go ahead and bench the Darkrai here. We'll put the Fighting Fury Belt on it. That was a good top deck there. We'll go ahead and play the Max Elixir. We do hit, so we'll go ahead and put that down there. Okay, so part of me we want to attach to the part of me wants to attach the active. Part of me just wants to Sycamore and discard this energy so we can use it with Oblivion Wing. But I think that we should just go ahead and attach the active and set up. Okay, wow. Okay, so we can Ultra Ball. We'll discard this and this. Giratina's a very good attacker in this matchup for sure. We did prize our Hoopa, so we can't get that. So I think we will just go grab our Giratina. We'll go ahead and put that on the bench. And we'll go ahead and just Oblivion Wing for 30. And we'll put the other Dark Energy here onto our Darkrai. Alright, so we could have Sycamored there, but I don't want to get rid of 2 Double Dragon Energies right off the bat. Definitely something I want to try to avoid if we can. But we'll see what my opponent does. We may see him encounter. We could see him fling. That actually is kind of annoying, because most don't play the Fighting Energies, but the fling will put some damage on Darkrai, making it so that he doesn't have to have all of his Passimians in order to knock us out. I didn't see what he was going for there. He went for encounter. For a Tauros. Okay. I'm fine with that. I am cool with that. We'll go ahead and attach this, and we'll just Oblivion Wing for the knockout. Next turn we have the Double Dragon for... yeah, we don't have any valid options there. So we'll go ahead and take a prize. We get a Trainers Mail. And next turn we can potentially start swinging with Giratina, which would be really nice to, if we get our Fighting Fury Belt on it, we can take out Passimians. So we're going to see teammates from him, so meaning he'll probably have a draw supporter for the next turn. I would, like, if he has a dead hand, he hasn't played any cards, he's got to get a draw supporter with this teammates for the next turn. He does get down another Passimian. And we see a Sky Return, more than likely. And a revive, so we'll see him put down the Mew more than likely. Okay. Puzzle of time, let's see if he's playing 1 or 2. Probably just 1. There's nothing he really wants to get back out of here. Nope, he gets a Fighting Energy and a Teammates. So if we knock something out next turn, he'll get to use Teammates again. And he did get a Shaymin, okay. Interesting. So he chose to encounter for... I've assumed that when he encountered for Tauros that he didn't have another Shaymin. But he must have. And we'll just see a Sky Return. So we know he does have the 1 Fighting Energy. But if we can Chaos Wheel this turn... yeah, I think we do just want to Chaos Wheel this turn. We'll go ahead and Escape Rope. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 50. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and just bring up the Giratina. Go ahead and put the Double Dragon. See what we find here. We know he has a Teammates in his hand. So I think we want to N. I think inning is fine. There we go. Yeah, and he has Shaymin, he had double... Like, he can't play double colorless, obviously, but... Okay. We don't have a great hand now. We could Parallel City him. Force him to discard either a Passimian or Tauros. So I don't really want to have to deal with the Tauros, potentially. So he'll discard Shaymin, and he'll either have to discard a Passimian or Tauros. So we're forcing him to make a decision here of which one he wants to get rid of. Gets rid of Shaymin, and probably Passimian? Yeah. So he does keep the Tauros around. That's a little unfortunate. Didn't want to have to deal with him if we didn't have to. I think we'll hold the experience share for now. We don't really... It won't do us a lot of good on any of the things that are out here. Let's go ahead and just Chaos Wheel and take our another prize. We get a Darkrai. Okay. Okay, so he brings up a Passimian. He does get a Fighting Energy down on Tauros. And a Delinquent. Okay, that's a little unfortunate. We will discard Experience Share, Dark Energy, and I think the Olympia? No, we'll discard the... this is so ugly. I think we need to keep the Darkrai. Yeah, I think we need to keep the Darkrai, so we'll discard the Olympia. That may not have been correct, but we'll see what happens. So he is going to Shaymin set up for 2. Maybe we should have discarded the Darkrai, or the other Dark Energy and kept Olympia. That might have been better, I don't know. So we see him bench a Mew and pass. Alright, ooh, we top deck the V as Seeker, very nice. We'll just act like we had that in our hand. We'll go ahead and do this, and via Seeker for Sycamore. He didn't play any supporter besides Delinquent, so we're good with this. Do we find Fighting Fury Belt? We do not. We can go ahead and Max Elixir. There we go. So we got a lot of Dark Energies on the field. We should be able to one-shot Tauros now on the next turn, potentially. If he brings that up, that won't be as much of an issue. And we'll Chaos Wheel. Not taking a knockout, unfortunately, but go ahead and Chaos Wheel. So we're hitting for 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 60, 80, 100, 210 damage with Dark Pulse. So we'll see him revive here, putting back a Passimian. Or putting back down a Passimian, I should say. And we'll see what else happens. We see an N. Okay, I'm fine with that. Like, we could have End on the next turn, but I'm definitely okay with this N. We probably should have Ultra Balled for another Tina. I think Ultra Balling for another Tina would have been better there. We'll see him play an Escape Rope. So, unless he has... He can't play Double Colorless Energy this turn, so he won't be able to... I think we should just send up the Darkrai. He won't be able to attach Double Colorless and knock us out with Passimian, so meaning we can knock out his... We have a Lysandre in our hand, so even if he doesn't promote anything, yeah, we can just Lysandre the Tauros this turn. Yeah. Alright, great. This is really good. Okay, we'll go ahead and attach this here. We'll Lysandre the Tauros. And then now we are just a Lysandre on Shaymin away from winning the game. 230 damage. So much. We could have done 20 more if we'd attached the Double Dragon to like the Giratina instead, but yeah. And we just see my opponent concede there, so Passimian being something that could be a harder matchup for Darkrai in general, but then obviously Giratina can fix that for sure. So we'll go ahead and hop back in. Ooh, found another game right away. Going up against JD37 playing a Psychic Grass colorless deck. So maybe Lurantis Garbodor, maybe? Something like that. We'll call Tails. It is indeed Tails, so we will get to go first. Very nice, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so Shaymin start. It's okay. It's bound to happen at some point. And my opponent is playing Lurantis. I will assume that it is Lurantis Garb, but I'm not sure. Since we saw the Psychic type, that's just natural for me to think that. Alright, so we'll go ahead and take our mulligan, get a VS Seeker, so that's okay. And we top deck Hoopa actually, so we'll go ahead and Scoundrel Ring. With this, we'll grab a Darkrai, a Tina. We prized our other Shaymin, which is really not good. Meaning we're going to rely on our Trainers Mail in order to give us a draw supporter. We'll go ahead and grab these three. Okay, we'll Ultra Ball. We'll grab an Yveltal with this. So normally it's better to Mail and then Max Elixir. But I think in this instance we'd rather have a supporter than an energy. So we're going to Max Elixir first. We do hit. We'll put it on Darkrai. Then we'll Mail. And we hit an N. Oh, that's so good. That game could have been really quick, guys, but we fortunately hit an N. Go ahead and do all this. Get a Fury Belt down. And we'll N. Whew, okay. So, this is kind of an ugly hand, but we can work with it. We'll put the other Fury Belt on the other Darkrai. And we will... I think I want to attach to Yveltal so we can Oblivion Wing next turn. If we get our Escape Rope, and click Done. So next turn, Double Dragon Energy can go on to Giratina. We can Sycamore, hopefully hit an Escape Rope, and then Oblivion Wing 430 and get some Darkrai's, some damage on the field, but then also Darkrai's down below. So he's going to go ahead and get down an Assault Vest, which we won't be attacking with Giratina more than likely. We'll just be using it as a, you know, an energy holder. But he does in us, so it takes away our plan that we had thought out, but that's fine. Okay, just a pass. So this guy's having a slow start as well. We do get an Escape Rope. So 20, 40... So we can actually knock out the Fomantis, which I think we want to do. Yeah. So we do this. Just take a straight knockout on it. He didn't play anything after the... Yeah, we'll get the Parallel City. He didn't play anything after the end, so that makes me think he doesn't have a great hand, so we don't want to end him, really. We'll go ahead and do this way. We'll discard our Hoopa and our Shaymin. And then I think we will just Sycamore. Get another Dark in the discard for Yveltal later on. And, yeah, okay. This is good. And then we'll Dark Pulse, take a knockout on Fomantis, leaving him with just a lone Shaymin. So now all we have to do on the next turn, he's saying well played. We'll give him a little well played as well. Ooh, just a pass. So all we have to do here, attach a Double Dragon Energy, and then Dark Pulse for the knockout. So really quick game there. We'll go ahead and grab one more. Our opponent just couldn't get anything going, unfortunately. But you can see just the consistency of this deck. In just 2 games, we really were able to set up both times, even with one Shaymin being prized the first time, and then Hoopa being prized in the first game. So ended up working out okay for us in both of those instances. So we'll grab another one, see if we can get one last game. We get a 3-game episode today. Normally we try to do 2 games, but we'll get 3 since that one was pretty quick. Assuming we can actually find an opponent. There we go. Going up against Commander Rex 501, playing a colorless Dark Water deck. Not sure what this could be. We win the coin flip, so we will choose to go first. Obviously, if we go second, we can have a good advantage of just being able to... Like, there's an advantage of going second of being able to just hit really hard with Dark Pulse on the first turn, potentially. But going first is just a straight-up, straight advantage. So, no reason not to. And we'll click done. We won't bench anything since we are going first. Alright, so he's playing Primal Kyogre Weavile? Is that what we're up against? Alright, guys. Primal Kyogre Weavile. Let's go and see what we get with Trainers Mail. And nothing. We can Scoundrel Ring. We should have done this first, I think. But I guess since we're going up against Primal Kyogre, we want Tina. We'll save the Salamence, kind of like a surprise. I don't think we want to bench our Yveltal. And we want to save one more bench spot for a Shaymin. So this is fine. We'll do this, and then we'll Sycamore. Yeah, we could bench the Yveltal, but we want to save this spot for a Shaymin potentially if we need to. Like in this instance, if we wanted to keep digging. Which I think we will, because then we can Parallel City away our stuff. We'll go ahead, maybe not this turn. I don't know. We'll take it and just put it in our hand. We won't do anything with it yet. We'll attach a Dark to the active. And, I don't know. We'll pass. We could keep digging, but we don't really need anything else right now. We could have, like, did for Max Elixirs and stuff, I suppose. So we see a Nest Ball come out. Gets out a Lapras. So if he gets a belt on this thing, that's 230, which can be very hard for us to hit. So maybe it's not Kyogre. Maybe he's just like, okay, water Pokemon here. We'll get the water legendary sleeves. But interesting choice to play Weavile. And we'll see Sycamore from him. Gets rid of a Brox and another Sycamore. Experience share, go down on this Lapras. So this could definitely be tough. Okay, just a pass. Okay, so we get another Ultra Ball. Is our other Shaymin in the deck? Crap. I should have known this, but we have a Sycamore in our hand, so if it's not, it's okay. We'll go ahead and just see if it's in there. I'm pretty sure it was, yeah. So Salamence won't do us as much good here, since won't do us as much good since these are GXs, not EXs. We can get down a Double Dragon here. We can Parallel City, reduce his damage, and then also discard our Shaymin and our Hoopa. We could N or Sycamore. I don't really want to... He didn't do anything after his Sycamore. I think we can just N, though. I think it's fine. We'll see if we can get some Max Elixirs and stuff. Yeah, we do get one. We might not hit this one, though. We've got two Darks in our hands, one here and one in the discard, so we may not hit this. We'll see. We do hit. We had two, actually. We'll go ahead and put that here. And we will go ahead and Oblivion Wing for 30 and put another Dark and go ahead and get this guy all the way powered up. So Giratina, once again, is not going to do a lot for us in this matchup, most likely. It'll just be a Double Dragon Energy holder. So he does get a Fury Belt down, making this guy really tough to take out. Does go ahead and evolve up to Weavile. I'm interested why he's choosing to play this. To move around experience share, I guess? It's kind of interesting. Ooh, just a pass again, so a whole lot of nothing going for this guy. We won't end him after seeing that. So we'll just do this. We will Sycamore. And just continue to kind of set up our board to be able to one-hit KO a Lapras, hopefully. Alright, so we will Oblivion Wing. We don't want to put the experience share anywhere yet, I don't think. So we'll just Oblivion Wing and put an energy onto Darkrai. I'm not super scared of Ice Beam GX. Like, obviously Blizzard Burn, unless he gets like a Kukui, won't be able to knock out our Darkrai's, and we don't need a Fury Belt on him yet. So he is ready to do Ice Beam / Blizzard Burn. We do see an N. Okay. We could have played the Trainers Mail, but we didn't need to dig for anything, like maybe to hit a Max Elixir, but we didn't need to do that, so that's why I didn't do that. Gets another experience share down, so we're hitting for 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 180, 220. If we hit the Max Elixir, we're knocking him out, unless he knocks out our Yveltal. So we'll see what he decides to do. Could be tricky. He will just Blizzard Burn knock us out, but that means he can't attack this next turn unless he plays like a Pokemon Ranger. So go ahead and bring up the Darkrai. Okay. So let's see if we hit this. We do. So we're hitting for 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 120. So if we hit a Fury Belt, we're knocking him out. And I don't want to play Escape Rope because we want to knock out the active, the only thing with energy on it. We'll go ahead and do this here. I don't think we want to put the experience share down anywhere. I think we'd rather have Fury Belts on these guys. All of 3 of these guys, potentially. So we'll just Sycamore. We definitely want to get a Fury Belt onto the Giratina to keep him from one-shotting it with a Blizzard Burn. Because if he just one-shots the only thing with energy on it, we're going to be in big trouble. We did miss the Fury Belt, but if we can hit the... Alright, we should Ultra Ball to Thin. So we'll Ultra Ball Sycamore and Lysandre. We'll get the other Darkrai. We do only have the 1 Fury Belt. So, okay. And we'll see if we hit this. We do not. So we're going to be short of the knockout. We're going to hit for 220. Definitely unfortunate. He can't attack next turn, though, is the thing. We'll just Dark Pulse. Feels so bad, like, swinging in for just 200 like, being 10 short because we whiffed the Fury Belt. We did prize 1, so, I mean, it's to be expected. I don't mind the healing that much. Excuse me, guys. We may see him retreat and collect, but then if he does that, we just knock it out straight up with Dark Pulse. So we're going to see an N. Yeah, I'm scared to have all of our energies on this Giratina because it's literally 1 Lysandre and Blizzard Burn away from just getting straight knocked out. So I think even if we have drawn the Fury Belt, yeah, see, there it is. We may end up just putting it down here, to be honest. Because I really am scared of that just getting straight one-shotted. So he's going to retreat into Weavile. We have the Lysandre, though. And pass. Okay. So go ahead and put the... We're going to go ahead and put this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many Darks are in here? 7, 8. So we have 2 left. So if there's 1 in the deck, we will hit this. Okay, so we prized 2. I should have known that. I should have known there was none left when I played the other one, but it's fine. Or, well, there were some left. They were in our hand. We just drew into them off that end. So we have Mail, a Rope, and Experience Share. How many VS Seekers are we down? This is our last VS Seeker. So our last Lysandre as well. Let's do this, and we'll keep him... reduce his damage. And I think we will Lysandre and take out this Lapras. Yeah, this is the only one with energy on it, so like he has to bring us up to attack with... Well, he doesn't have to, but he would be more likely to bring that one up to attack with it. And we'll go ahead and take out this other Lapras. He will probably end up putting us on the odd prizes with the Weavile, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. 240. So let's see what we get here. Yeah, I'm really scared of this just getting knocked out. That would be bad. We get an N and a Dark Energy. So if he has a Kukui, he could knock us out. But then we just knock him out with either of these 2 Darkrai's. He does N us, okay. So we can't knock him out with this one anymore. And he won't Kukui, so it means he won't knock us out. We do have Escape Rope though, so if he does Ice Beam us here, we can Escape Rope. He will likely go for Ice Beam here. He does have a... Okay, I was going to say he does get another Lapras powered up, but not quite. I wish we had... If we had an Olympia left, that would be great. Or a Pokemon Center Lady, but we're out of VS Seekers. This man prized Kukui, Oranguru, and 2 Waters. So most likely we'll see Ice Beam. Yep. So we can rope around this. So we'll go ahead and rope. He'll probably feed us the Weavile. But he can't paralyze us anymore. Yeah, he does feed us the Weavile. I don't want to promote Giratina. We'll go ahead and do this. We'll attach the Dark here. And we will Dark Pulse. So putting us on the odd prizes is a little annoying, but it's fine. We do have an N left, so we can N if we need to. That was our last Escape Rope, right? So yeah, maybe there was like a turn we Sycamored away a VS Seeker and a Lysandre, or maybe, and we had an ability to end. We maybe could have done that there, but it's fine. He does just bring back up the Lapras, and he's gonna Lysandre up the Darkrai, okay. But we can still knock him out with either of these two. Okay, so you see the Blizzard Burn. So let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80. If we get our Fighting Fury Belt off this prize, we can knock out anything next turn. Yeah. We'll just go in Dark Pulse. Knocks it out. 220. We'll go down to 280 if he knocks this out, but if we get our last Fighting Fury Belt, if it's not our last prize, we can knock out the Lapras the next turn. And that's assuming he knocks us out. And we do get a Dark Energy, which would also work, and a Fighting Fury Belt, so we should be poised to win here. I think I made a mistake with like a Sycamore earlier. He will get off the Kukui play, so he will knock us out. But then we just bring this up, and we have Fury Belt and Dark Energy. So even if he had gotten a belt on this one, like if he had Weavile away the EXP share or something. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and we'll do both just to show him we had it both ways. And we will Dark Pulse for the knockout and for the game. So 3 good games there, guys. Definitely let me know if you enjoyed down below. Definitely had a lot of fun playing this one. Really fun, really consistent deck. Like I said, check out Kenny's interview with the Chaos Gym later this week. It will be down in the description once it goes up. So definitely check that out. The deck list is always down there, of course, so you can check this deck out yourself and try some games with it and see if you enjoy it. All those fun things. Be sure to follow me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. All those links are down in the description. And subscribe if you haven't. How's that sound? Okay. I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.